Well, that was a different kind of post-apocalyptic film that I saw. I just got back from the theater. Well, I've got a lot to say. It is a silent movie to a point, meaning there's hardly talking. It's mostly sign language, like The Shape of Water. The Shape of Water had a combination of sign language and verbal speaking. This movie was mostly sign language. And I like that. I like the idea of how they used sign language for the majority of the film. Reason being is because you don't get a lot of that in films. You only got that in, I only saw that in a handful of films and TV shows. But I never saw a feature-length movie where they actually had to feature it for post-apocalyptic reasons. This movie features a family in a farm somewhere in the States, somewhere in the next few years. And in this apocalyptic era, there's all these creatures with extremely great hearing skills, like extremely great hearing. They could hear a snap from miles away, they could hear someone screaming from miles away, they can hear a gunshot from miles away, miles and kilometers. They're like really gifted. I have to admire that. However, these guys are apex predators, carnivores, like the dangerous kind. So that's why this family does sign language, so that they can hide and protect themselves. And the whole house is especially equipped. It's been modified into some safe house. Now, what I like about the film, not just the acting. I say a lot about the acting. Acting's usually great in the movies that I've seen. However, this one I like because of the originality. Mainly the originality of the plot for this film. It was great because, well, one thing, post-apocalyptic films are great. However, the main category or main beast that has been featured in post-apocalyptic films are zombies in movies such as, well, TV series like The Walking Dead and basically all the zombie films and the Left 4 Dead video game series. Pretty much most of the majority of monsters that they feature are zombies. You don't see films like 30 Days of Night and I Am Legend that much anymore. I would prefer 30 Days of Night though. Now, the challenges, it really gets you thinking, this movie does. Like, you can't make a sound. Like, some people sitting beside me in the theater, they didn't want to chew on their popcorn because that would make a noise. My aunt saw this movie, and she and my uncle, they didn't order much. They just sat there and just didn't make a noise. I guess the filmmakers wanted it to feel as realistic and get us thinking. Because when it comes to situations like that, beasts chasing us, beasts that have fantastic hearing skills, apex predators that could strike any moment if they hear a sound, we take a lot of our sounds for granted, such as clearing of the throat, blowing your nose real loud, heck, even, noises we take for granted. It made me realize personally, like, wow, a lot of the noises that I do, or a lot of noise that I hear people around me do, we take a lot of that for granted, and if it comes to situations like that, we gotta stop. We have to, like, put our feet down and be like, let's make a plan. Movies that get you thinking, such as this one, A Quiet Place, I like it because it kind of teaches us a little thing. Movies that give you a lesson. And that's what I like personally about this movie. It gives you a lesson. And that is, if it comes to a situation, if there ever is a situation like that, we have to stop doing a lot of things that we take for granted. Noise, talking, a lot of anything that can make a noise. For instance, if I was in the movie, I couldn't drop this iTunes card on the floor. I couldn't make that noise, and the beasts could come in at any moment. But that's all make-believe, so we're lucky. In other words, I'm changing my rating system instead of film cameras. I'm going to give it like a teeter-totter scale of 1 to 10. So for this movie, I enjoyed it, personally. Would I watch it again? Possibly. I would watch it again maybe to study, I feel like we could use this movie to study or learn a thing or two. It taught me about American Sign Language, and I will say, anyways, my rating system, I will say I'm changing it to a scale of 1 to 10, and I'm going to say that the Quiet Place, or A Quiet Place, is 8.2 out of 10, and that's it. Thank you, guys. Sorry that I haven't gone for a while, but, life goes on, and sometimes I can't always do videos. But I'm still here with you guys, and thank you so much. I will be back shortly. Mr. Blue's here for you.